Hey everyone, welcome to Broadband Deployment News. If you are a small or mid-sized or actually really quite large internet service provider, you just need to be aware that the deadline for the broadband nutrition labels for you would be October 10th. I'll be right back with some more details. Hey there, Rick Husey with Quorum with Broadband Deployment News. Thanks for joining me today. So I want to make sure you're aware of this because, the large providers had to have this in place by, I think it was April 10th of this year. And for smaller providers, smaller operators, it is going to be October 10th. So this public notice came out from the FCC on September 10th, a couple of days ago. So what is a small provider versus a large provider? A large provider is anybody with over 100,000 subscribers. So anybody with under 100,000 subscribers is considered a small operator. And I know that there are a lot of operators out there that have fewer than 100,000 subscribers. And I don't think this is homes passed. This is how many customers you would actually have. So, and I'll see if it mentions that in here. But that being the case, like I say, this would include lots of internet service providers. So I want to make sure everybody's aware that this deadline is coming up in a month. If you haven't done anything on this, you need to do it. So let's go through real quickly what it is. So we'll take a look at the public notice here. Here you see Consumer and Governmental Affairs Bureau reminds providers of the October 10th deadline for this broadband labels. On November 14th, 2022, the Commission adopted the Broadband Label Order. This is what people call the broadband nutrition labels. Is kind of a fun little name. Broadband consumer labels. We'll see here in a minute why they call it that. And this was part, as you see here, part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the IIJA. That's the same act that has the BEAD program in there. So that was the big infrastructure bill that passed. In that rulemaking, the Commission required broadband internet access service providers to display at the point of sale a broadband consumer label with information about their service offerings, including pricing, introductory rates, data allowances, and performance metrics. The Commission also defined label formatting and display location requirements. So the point of this was, as a consumer, if you're going through the grocery store and you want to compare between two cans of soup and see, first off, which one has the best nutrition, you can look at the back, and the labels generally look kind of the same. You know where to look for sodium and where for fat or protein or whatever, and then you know where the ingredients are, those kinds of things. And they're supposed to be, pricing's one thing, right? But that's why they call it a nutrition label. And again, we'll see what that looks like here in the world of broadband in a minute. But the point is that a consumer in the same way could go, they've got 2, 3, 4 broadband operators in their area, and they want to select between those. They can go to their website, and rather than having to dig around and try to find something, and maybe not everything is stated clearly and it's not in the same place, so you got to dig around and it may not be there even if you dig. Now it's all supposed to be there. It's supposed to be somewhere that is easy for the customer to find, and it's supposed to be in the same format so that if they're looking between 2, 3, or whatever, like the cans of soup, you can pick them up and look at them real easily and compare. Well, you're supposed to be able to pull up, let's say, the websites of broadband operators and be able to see what they're offering, prices, promotions that they're doing, how much data is included, restrictions, or those kinds of things. So that's what it's all about. It says here on September 19th, they approved the information collection requirements contained in the broadband label order. Notice was approved, published to the Federal Register on October 10th of last year. So accordingly, it went into effect for providers with more than 100,000 or fewer subscriber lines, or 100,000 or fewer subscriber lines on October 10th, 2024. That's when it's required to go in, because it was going to be a year for the smaller providers and it was 6 months for the larger providers. So the year is up now, coming up here in October. So you need to now comply with that. That's to make the labels accessible in online account portals is required for all providers as of October 10th, 2024. And compliance with the requirement to make information on the label available in a machine-readable format is required for all providers by October 10th, 2024. So machine-readable as well coming up. And it's got some contact information here. And I did link to this in the description of this video. If you have any questions, you can, I suppose, contact this person right here. You got a phone number and an email, another phone number and email here. And then also I linked to this page. So this is the Broadband Consumer Labels page. And here you can see what we're talking about when we say this really does look like a soup can label. So you've got kind of your standard here that you're supposed to, as a service provider, supposed to put your data in this format. So you see you have your name here, whatever your service plan name or speed. So it might be, I don't know, Bob's Broadband, and it's your gold plan or your speed tier. It's your 1 gig plan, that kind of thing. Is it fixed or mobile? Then you get your price. Then you've got whether it's introductory rate. You'll see that a lot. It's a $39.95 a month for 12 months. You got the time at, here you got 12 months or whatever. Price after the introductory rate, if it's $39.95, and when that's over, it's going to be $99. People get sticker shock, right? Length of contract, if you need to sign a 2-year contract, 1-year contract, or whatever to get that pricing. Link to the terms of the contract. And then you've got additional charges, so the provider monthly fee and whatever the descriptions would be there. So it might be, for example, your service plus maybe a $10 fee for your modem, and maybe a $10 fee for managed Wi-Fi service, whatever that you'd have in here. One-time purchase fees, that might be if you were paying up front for a device, those kinds of things. Early termination fees, again, if you have a contract and somebody cancels before a year's up, what's that going to cost them? Government taxes. I'm assuming that also would include USF fees, but any other taxes there. Discounts and bundles. Visit the link below for billing discounts. So for the provider, if they have broadband service plus they want to bundle in phone service and/or video service, then somebody can click a link here to go to their website to get details on that. Speeds provided with the plan. So they're going to have to list their download. You're going to have to list your download speed, your upload speed, and then typical latency. And obviously this is going to vary by the product that somebody's looking at here. And then network management policies, you need to have a link for that. Your privacy policy, and then your customer support phone number and website. So you can see here that's, again, fairly standard for you to be able to have this label in place and put all of your details in here. They've got JPEG, a PDF, and a Spanish PDF here that you can download. There's some information here that you can read through. Didn't click on this, see what that is. Oh, that goes to, what does that do? Sample label for fixed data plan, sample label for mobile data plan. So it's a little bit more information there. And it's got some more information over here on the left. So anyway, I want to make sure that you were aware of this deadline coming up. Very important. If you haven't even thought about this, because again, the report and order came out a year ago, and it didn't apply to you until a year later. It did apply to the large guys. So, Verizon, Comcast, Charter, all those folks, if you want to go check their websites and see what they've got up there, you can do that, because they should have their broadband labels up. They should be easy to find. They need to be on your website. If you have a point of sale location, for example, if people can come into an office and order broadband, you're supposed to have the labels there available for them to look at as well. I'm sure that there are a lot of smaller operators, and I'm thinking more of the smaller operators, maybe those that are, thousands or tens of thousands of customers, not maybe up to 100, probably larger, medium-sized guys have probably gotten in place. But anyway, I want to make sure everybody's aware of it. So please get this done. You've got a month to do it. And hopefully this is the information that you need to get that done. It looks like it's fairly self-explanatory. And again, you've got some help and email addresses and phone numbers here to help you make that happen. So anyway, there you go. Appreciate you joining me today. If you found this helpful, if now you're looking and going, oh, wow, I forgot about this, then give me a like on the video if I helped you out there, or if you just found it interesting, I'd appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Make sure the bell is rung to be notified when I'm live, and I will see you next time for Broadband Deployment News. You take care. Bye-bye.